NBA Straya, how are you going? How you going? Are you right? You should be. Why is that, Jim? It's hump day, isn't it? Wednesday, May the 7th be with you. This is NBA Straya. I'm James Clements here in Larry Armour Studios, and we got another one. That's right, on this morning's video, I'm like, oh, bro, there's no way that like the two games today could live up to yesterday. And I was right, because only one of them did. The other one was a stinker, but we got an absolute stunner in Cavs Pacers. That was sick. We had Steph Curry injured in Game 1 of Warriors-Wolves as well, but that was a laugher of a game. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. We've got an Executive of the Year award to give out. I always love that. So, you did a great job, did ya? He hasn't won anything yet, just saying. Anyway, we've got the game wraps today. We've got That's Not a Knife. Oh, mate, no, mate. Spud of the night. Better than Lonzo Ball. We have, the unpopular opinion of the day. OUTBACK Takehouse. We were serving up a Flame Grill take. And a great moment in NBA Australia stat history. I particularly love this one. It's very, very good. And we'll pick and preview the two games tomorrow as well. Isn't this going to be good? Yes. Yes, it is. So strap in. Let's get into it. Episode 1203 of NBA Australia. Let's go!
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Darcy Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
Hi, this is Ryan Brockhoff.
This is Mitch Creek. This is Nick Kay.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia. You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Australia.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the shark attack.
Whoa, you better. What is that, Jim? Oh, well, look, you better watch out for the Halliburton attack. If you are the beloved Cleveland Cavaliers. Wow, what a game that was. We'll get to that in a second. Let's start today's show the way we start every show here at NBA Australia with the Daily. Sounding like a race caller. Here he comes around the corner. He's got a bit of a race to do. He's got a bit of a news. Here we go. Sam Presti has one Executive of the Year. Here's one Executive of the Year. Sam Presti, for the first time, Executive of the Year. That was actually not too bad. No, Sam Presti of your Oklahoma City Thunders has won Executive of the Year for the first time. It's pretty crazy. I mean, he spent... What? He took over. They were still in Seattle. So back in 2008, I'm wearing the Sonics hat today as tribute. Not as tribute. Blow it out your ass, OKC. But this is pretty weird. So he got 10 first place votes. The other executives vote for this award, which is the most circle-jerking award you could ever imagine. Like, you know who I think's done a really good job? It's me. What are you doing? 30 basketball executives, one from each team, basically. They ranked their top 3 choices in order. He was on 22 of the 30 ballots, which is pretty interesting, and got 10 first place votes. Number dos was Kobe Altman. He got 6 first place votes. And Trajan Langdon from the Detroit basketballing Pistons got 6 first place votes as well. He came third. I mean, all he did was make a 14-win team into a 44-win playoff team by adding Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Malik Beasley. And amazing. But Sam Presti, I love that they gave him Executive of the Year for this year. Like, what the fuck did he do? It's like, he signed Isaiah Hartenstein and traded Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. Other than that, it's kind of like he drafted really well the last couple of years, and now our team is fucking loaded. So you get the award. Other bits of news, Mobley, Darius Rucker, Judy Garland, and DeAndre Hunter were all out today in Game 2, which is a bit of a shock and a bit of a shame. I kind of expected 2 of the 3 to be out, but all of them sat. Felt like the Cavs were like, nah, we'll be fine. And they were, until they weren't. We'll talk about that in a second. And there is a very, very, very disturbingly gross, bit of news about Byron Scott, former coach, former Laker, accused of sexual assault back in 1987. I don't really want to go into the details because it's just shithouse. So you can go and Google it. But suffice to say, it's not good. And his defense was, not that I didn't do it, sir, but I thought she was 18. Yeah, when one other of your teammates on the mid-80s Lakers, when you read the story, you're like, this is just all fucking gross. When one of your other teammates on the mid-80 Lakers is like, fuck no, I'm not driving her home. I'm not going to be anywhere near her. Like a girl by herself in my... I don't want any bar of that, let alone what you've just done, Byron Scott. So, yeah, it is just fucking blah. Anyway, Google that if you want to. I'd just suggest, like, fucking... Ugh. Byron Scott, always knew he was a dirtbag. Hey, let's do some game wraps. Game wraps. What a pair of games today. Indy Cavs might be the most fun fucking playoff series we'll see in a long time. These games are absolutely off their fucking heads and it rocks. Today, what happened, Jim? Oh, I don't know. Just a fucking game winner from Tyrese Halliburton. 120-119. The Pacers go up 2-0 on Cleveland in Cleveland. Cleveland! Crazy. How did it all happen? What a weird game this was, right? Absolutely smoking out of the gate for the Cavs without Mobley, without Garland, without Hannah. 10 turnovers in the first quarter from the Pacers just killed them dead. They got absolutely straight killed.
So he got straight killed.
And a different look for the Cavs. Like their point of attack defense was fucking awesome. Forcing the ball out of Halliburton and Nembhard's hands. Forcing all these turnovers. Really, really smart. Indy couldn't hit a three. They were just discombobulated. 1 of 8 from downtown to start off with. It was like down 32-15 after the first quarter. And the Cavs were just rolling. Donnie Mitchell's like, boys, I've got this. Check this out. I do love that before the game, he was asked about it. It's like, yeah, I know that I don't have to go out there and, score 70. Younger me probably would have tried. And then he went and tried to score 70 and ended up with 48. But anyway, Maxi Strus was going off his head, knocking in all these threes. And they're up still 13. Indy pinned it back a little bit to start the second quarter, and they kept dragging it back under double digits. But then Mitchell has this sick dunk, and he's got 21 points in the first half and just yams on everybody. It's 11 points at the half, though, 61-50. 13 turnovers for Indy at the half. And you're like, Jesus, look after the ball Pacers. And 100%, this felt like the, fuck it, boys, we already got the home split on the road. She'll be right, But that's very clearly the wrong approach to have in a situation like this where the Cavs, that's like my beloved Cleveland, were missing 3 very important players to their team. This is where you got to go in for the kill. And it just really felt like the Pacers were letting a really great opportunity slip. Until they didn't. Because the fucking league gets out to 20 after a sick Maxi Strus dunk in the third quarter. And then it sort of slowly starts turning for the Pacers a little bit. But they just couldn't get stops. They're hitting some threes finally. Naismith and Toppin get some threes in that third quarter. It's back to 14, 5 minutes left in the third quarter. But every time they get themselves back into it, Cleveland just goes 1-2 Costa Zoo, gets another couple of buckets. They're down 14 points to start the third quarter. 14! And the Cavs go 0 of 6 to start that final quarter. Suddenly it's a 9-point game. Benny Matherin's going off his fucking head. Tyrese Halliburton's causing havoc. And it's a 5-point game. You're like, how the fuck did this even happen? And the Cavs are like, yeah, we do not know. And they kept sort of dragging it down to that 5-6 point mark, did the Pacers. But Cleveland would always just sort of find one bucket to answer, and she'll be right. And 3 minutes left, it's a 6-point game. There's a Cavs turnover, and you're like, oh shit, there's so much time left. 3 minutes, here we go. Nembhard misses the corner 3. It felt like that was like maybe a big moment for the game, 112-106. And it's still 7 points with 3 minutes to go. Halliburton gets a layup. Strus hits like a 3. And you're like, that's a dagger, surely. 106 left. Halliburton gets another layup. And you're like, hang on. They're still here. Donnie Mitchell, 2 free throws. It's 7 points. There's 57 seconds left. You're like, surely there's not enough time for the Pacers to come back here. And then, chaos reigns. Siakam misses 2 free throws. Absolute chaos. You're like, well, that's an empty trip. The Cavs are going to win. No, Naismith comes flying out of nowhere, gets the offensive rebound, dunk, boom. 5-point game. There's a sniff. And then there's turnovers everywhere. Donnie Mitchell commits an offensive foul, runs into, what was it, Nembhard? Chaos. Ends up with a Siakam layup going the other way. Then Nembhard gets a steal. Halliburton has 2 free throws with 12 seconds left to make it a 1-point game. He misses the second one. You're like, oh my God, he's cooked it. No, he has not. Because bang, he gets his own free throw rebound. His missed free throw rebound, dribbles it out, dribbles around. He almost loses the ball like twice. Turns around, just fucking sizes it all up, does like a snapshot of the court, goes, all right, I'm going to shoot this. And then just goes, bang! Game-winning 3 in your face, 1 second left, game over. They hoist it. They don't even get to half court. Pack her up, Cleveland. Wow. What a fucking game it was. This game was sick. And I think I toiled out halfway through this game. Even though the Pacers were getting the shit kicked out of them. There's like, you know, the old adage, styles makes fights when it comes to boxing. These two teams play a really aesthetically pleasing style of basketball when they're going back and forth. Right? It's kind of like the opposite to how like Minnesota and Golden State finished their game, where it's like, oh, we're getting close. Here's a 3. Here's another 3. There's another 3. There's another 3. And you're like, this fucking sucks. But anyway, Cavs, Donnie Mitchell ends up with 48 and they lose. He goes 15 to 30 from the floor, but only 1 of 7 from downtown. And you're like, ooh, yeah. Strus, he goes 5 of 12 from deep, 23 points. Go the throw. Jared Allen has 22 and 12 with 3 blocks. Merrill throws in 14 points as well, 4 of 9 from 3, and no one else does a fucking thing. It was brutal. This is what happens, I guess, when you take out 3 major rotation players from your team, including 2 starters, including 2 all-stars, right? Mobley and Garland. Ty Jerome, what an absolute shit show. We'll talk about him later. He had a horrible game. And, like, the Pacers finished with 17 turnovers, but shoot 52%, right? That's handy. Like, you're making up for it when you do have the ball. They go 11 of 28 from downtown. 11 of 28. The Cavs go 11 of 39, so they've hit the same amount of threes on 11 less tries. That's fucking wildly important. So Halliburton ends up with only 19, 9, and 4. And I think we talk about this all the time on NBA Australia. 20 and 10, you get that from Halliburton, you win the game. That's how it goes usually. It's just what they do. He goes 2 of 2 from downtown, including the fucking game winner, 7-11 overall. Miles Turner was fantastic. He had a couple of weird misses down the stretch, but he was also getting buckets and getting amongst it. And you're like, that's you're doing the Leo meme. You're like, yes, that's what you should be doing, Miles Turner. Do more of that. 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Not a bad bloody day. Naismith, 23 points, hits 5 threes. Nembhard has 13 and 13 assists. Amazing. Despite going 0 of 4 from deep. Siakam only takes 8 shots, and they win. Like, I think if you were following us on Dabble, one of the better bets that I had for today's games, you know, one of our vibe bets, was Siakam, like the over points, rebounds, and assists. And you're like, this is going to be, with a Cavs team that's undermanned, this should be the Siakam game. They're on the road. Naismith, Nembhard probably won't be as good as they were in game 1. And they went, fuck you, Jim, hold my beer. We're going to be awesome. And Siakam's like, I don't have to do shit again. Classic. Watch him go off at home now. Benny Mathurin, though, was huge in the turnaround as well in that 3rd and 4th quarter. He ends up with 19 points. Just incredible stuff. And then Halliburton, just that 3 at the end. It was just how this team manufactures wins out of absolutely fucking nothing is absolutely crazy, and I love this Pacers team. I was going to wear the Pacers hat before, but it's black and I'm wearing like the All-Star 2000 t-shirt. If you're watching on the YouTube, you should always watch it on the YouTube because my t-shirts are a fucking delight. I'm just saying. This one's really good. I love the 2000 All-Star t-shirt. Anyway, there is only 3 teams that have come back from down 7+ in the last minute of a playoff game. 3 teams since 1997. It was the Oklahoma City Thunder back in May 2014. It was the Pacers today. And it was the Pacers a week ago, remember? When they did that? They came from fucking nowhere and won the fucking game. Remember? Against the Bucks? Yeah, amazing. They just keep doing it. Now Indy's up 2-0 on the Cavs, and Cleveland, oh no, are in a lot of trouble.
Cleveland!
Oh boy. And then the second game, Golden State, Minnesota. This one fucking sucked. Golden State 99, Minnesota 88. Steph Curry goes out injured with a, looked like a hammy. I'm no medical doctor. Not anymore. And for some reason, that sparked Golden State and made them a lot fucking better. Which is weird, because Curry had 13 points in 13 minutes. And then he goes to the locker room. Boom, it's like a 10-point Warrior lead. They just keep getting better and better. Draymond turns into Steph. It's like they Freaky Friday at each other. Draymond with his weird penis out there pissing into a fountain out the front of the Target Center up there in Minnesota. And he'd hit 4 threes. 4, that's how many there are, Jim? 4. 16 points and 6 rebounds. He was incredible to start off with. SVG, Stan Van Gundy's comparing him to it's just like when Magic Johnson jumped center for an injured Kareem. It's like, no, it's not. What? That was a finals game, Stan. Shut the fuck up. God damn, everything has to be like this, doesn't it? Wolves down 14. Ant-Man literally does not hit a shot in the first half. He hit 1 free throw. He missed his first one, hits the second one, gets these Bronx cheers. Naz Reid goes out injured, and it's like a 44-31 first half. And you're like, what the fuck has happened to Minnesota? It's like, well, they didn't hit a shot, Jim. It's like, well, yes, that's right. This is the lowest total in a half the Warriors have ever allowed in a playoff game. Ever. In their storied playoff history. And it's the lowest first half all year for the Wolves. They made 4 total buckets and scored 11 points in the second quarter. It was so embarrassing. They've never had an over 3.5 since, I think, January 2018. It's been 7 years since they've been that shit in a half of basketball. And the Wolves have been a lot shit over the years. Incredible. And then the third quarter, you're like, well, look, it's only 13 points. And in a slugfest, you've got Ant-Man. They don't have Steph. The Wolves might be fine. You might be wrong there, Jim. Yes, because Buddy Hield goes, all right, fuck that. I'm going to turn into a combination of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson like I was in Game 7 last time, remember? He started 0 of 8 from the floor, then hits a massive 3 out the gate from the third quarter, and then hits another one, and you're like, oh, yeah, the Wolves are fucked. This is a 20-point game. It's 55-35 without Steph Curry. This is just embarrassing. Naz Reid finally hits a 3 finally. It's their first make of the game. They were 1 for 17 at that point. 0 of 16 they started from downtown. 6% is crazy shit. Still down 18. Ant-Man suddenly sort of starts getting a couple of buckets. Scores a little bit in the third quarter, but they just can't manufacture any other easy points. And most importantly, they couldn't get any fucking stops. This is a Wolves team that's meant to be one of the top 5 defenses in the NBA. They gave up 36 points in the third quarter to a Golden State team, less than 48 hours removed from a grueling Game 7 against the Houston Rockets without Steph Curry. What the fuck? Seriously, this is horrible.
This is horrible. There's no other way to put it.
What an absolute fucking shit show from the Wolves. The fourth quarter, they're down 20 again. It's 80-60. You're like, pack her up, boys, we're done. But they weren't. Naz Reid scores 8 quick points out the gate. He scored all their points to start the fourth quarter. Suddenly it's a 15-point game. So it's 12 points. Then it's 10 after Ant-Man gets a layup. It's 85-75, and you're like, hello. Draymond gets 2 fouls in 15 seconds. Ant-Man's already got 14 points in the second half. There's this incredible moment where Golden State have 2 great chances, great looks, really good defense in the Wolves. They've finally woken up and actually started playing defense. Could have used any of that in the third fucking quarter. Rudy gets fouled another bucket. It's a 15-5 run. And then Ant-Man just strong arms a layup off the fucking backboard, off the front of the rim. And you're like, that's a bit of a momentum killer because boom, back the other way. Buddy hits a 3. Golden State settle back down. They get another Jimmy Butts bucket. They're up 14. And they start chipping away. There's an Ant-Man and 1. It's a 9-point game, 3.5 minutes to go. Gary Payton II hits a massive 3. It's back up 12. Buddy answers after an Ant-Man 3. He'd started 0 of 4. He hits a 3 finally. And Buddy just goes, cool, I do this for a living. Ant-Man basically misses airballs a fucking 3. And it's horrible. And that's it. Buddy hits that 3. It's 96-84. It's their 18th 3 for the Warriors. And the Wolves had hit 5. It's that's enough. We're done here. And it was. They were just inept. They were anemic. they were indescribably, inscrutably, incredibly shithouse were the Wolves. Their starters made 1 3. A single 3. That is just, it's remarkable, is what it is. Seriously, their starters went 1 for 13. That is just gross. Ugh, Ant-Man ends up with 23, 14, and 2. Jim, that's not bad. He shot 9 of 22, and somehow it was way fucking worse than that. It's remarkable. 4 or 5 at the free throw line. You have Naz Rigo, 19 and 5. Handy, but could have used a little bit more of that a little bit earlier. Randall has 16 points and is just wildly just, what are you doing here, bro? And he's like, yeah, Jim, I don't even know either. Seriously, it was brutal. 4 of 11 shooting, 0 of 3 from downtown. He was shithouse. Rudy Gobert, the stuff that they were. Remember, he was like the second coming of French Shaq last game. 9 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks. He was very, very, very solid at times, but the Warriors weren't afraid of Rudy, right? And then once it started like really clamping down late, he made a big difference. But there are 3 other fucking quarters in the game. Wolves, what are you doing? McDaniels 12-4-1. No one else did shit. Dante DiVincenzo was horrible. Mike Conley was useless. And yeah, what are you going to do? So they end up shooting from downtown 5 of 29, 17%. They had 16 turnovers to 12, and pack her up, boys, you're done. The Warriors go 18 of 42 from downtown, crush that. Steph has his 13 minutes, then pisses off, hurt, which is just fucking brutal. Jimmy Butler, 20 points. Not bad, good size. 11 rebounds and 8 assists to go with 2 steals. You'd be like, oh, well, geez, Jimmy took over. Nah. He hit a couple of handy buckets late, but otherwise it was kind of like a bit of a, oh, yeah, I'm sort of helping out. Basically didn't let it get too crazy, which is kind of handy. Draymond finishes with 18, 8, and 6, which is pretty bloody good, obviously. 4 turnovers, hit those 4 threes early and then didn't hit another one. But it was all Buddy Hield. This entire second half, they lose Steph, the Warriors, and then, look, this fucking shithouse Wolves team are like, oh, God, well, our second half will be better than the first one, and it was. They finally woke up. And Buddy Hield, after his heroics in Game 7, was the man of the hour again. After going, 0 of 8 to start the game. Finishes with 24 points. Absolutely chaos. Goes 7 of 19 overall. 5 of 8 from deep. An incredible game. A plus 22 in 40 minutes. There's only 48 minutes in a game, Jim. I know that. And Buddy fucking Hield was a plus 22. That's insane. What a game. Cumdog, he has 7-1-1. Pods couldn't do shit. He went 1 of 7. His shot has looked way off, and he's just looked like a shell of himself. Podemski. Gary Payton II was really, really important. 8, 5, and 4 for him. Moses Moody went 0 of 4, but wow. Buddy Hield, Draymond, Jimmy, what a fucking showing they were. Looney gave them really, really good 14 minutes, I thought, up against Rudy. He ended up with 6 rebounds and 2 points, but wow, what a game. Now the Golden State Warriors have somehow wrested back home court advantage 48 hours after getting their asses fucking run around Houston by the Rockets. How they fucking pulled this off. Their defense is psycho. And the Wolves were not ready for it. And this was the sort of thing, I kind of talked myself into the Warriors yesterday going, the Wolves have not seen a defense like this because they just played the Lakers, who were shit. I did not expect the Warriors to have the legs to go with the Wolves today, and boy fucking howdy was I wrong. Good job, Golden State. All right, let's do an NBA Australia performance of the night. Pretty easy here, I reckon. We've got a couple of good ones. Jeez, press the button, Jim. Where is it? There we go.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah, we'll probably give the old, that's not a knife, that's a fucking knife. Tyrese Halliburton goes 48 points. Donovan Mitchell, that's a nice honourable mention for fucking knife of the day. How about this? 3 on your fucking heads for a game winner. Bang! God damn. For the most overrated player in the NBA, to the point where the Cleveland, that's right, old Cleveland and their fans are out there.
Cleveland!
Chanting, overrated. He gave it the big balls dance as well, the Sam Cassell back up the other way, and I fucking loved every second of it because Tyrese Halliburton, He was made for that moment. What a fucking stand-up dude. What a moment for him. What a shot. The stones on that bloke just go, yeah, fuck it. Let's just win this one with a 3. Skadoosh was awesome. Honorable mentions obviously going to go to Buddy Hield. As I said, 40 minutes played, starts 0 of 8 and finishes as a plus 22 with 24 points and wins the Warriors the game. You'll hear a shit ton of stuff about Draymond. You'll hear about, playoff Jimmy, he's got to stand up for without Steph. Man, what Buddy Hield just won them that fucking game. Amazing stuff by both of them. Who was the spud of the night, however? Oh no.
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. Ant-Man's first half, 0 of 8, 1 point. Buddy Hield's first half, 0 of 7, then 0 of 8, then hits a massive 3 and gets going. Ty Jerome, however, as I said in the little rap for the Cavs indie game, you're breaking my heart. Ty Jerome, 1 of 14. Oh, that is brutal. 1 of 14. This season, we had, I believe, 4 performances that were that bad. All year. 1 of 15 for CJ McCollum was the worst. 1 of 14. We got that from Bada Bang Chada. Jordan, Jeremy Clarkson, and CJ McCollum again. Now my beloved Ty Jerome can be added to that Spud of the Year list with a 1 of 14 game in a game that they needed to win because they're down 0-1 at home in the second fucking round, and Ty Jerome chucks up a 1 of 14 effort. 0 of 4 from downtown. He had 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 points in 28 minutes. That is absolutely fucking brutal, Ty Jerome. And I'd also like to thank the Ginger Ninja himself, Dante DiVincenzo. What did he shoot, Jim? Oh, yeah. Shield. Bang. He went and shot 3-11. Thank you, Dante DiVincenzo. All right. How about a bit of old mate, no mates?
Old mate, no mates.
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 Who's got no mates today? Well, obviously, Dylan Brooks got called a sucker and saying that no one respects him on the court by Draymond Green, of all people. But we all kind of knew that was coming. Dylan Brooks, he's got no mates. Simple as that. He's got 0 mates. Like, his teammates all probably fucking hate him as well. And Jimmy Butler, obviously, old mate, no mates, still in Minnesota. I love the commitment to the bit that the Wolves fans have. Because, like, the story of Jimmy Butler fucking off from Minnesota is hilarious, where he's like, I'm going to kick the starters' asses with the backups in practice because you're all fucking soft as, and I deserve your money. Doesn't get his way, forces his way out. The fans still hate him. Despite him getting them to their first playoff fucking, like, appearance in, like, a million years since KG. So, yeah, it's pretty funny, though. Being booed in Minnesota is just like to rile up Minnesotans, it takes a bit. So good on him. Great job, Jimmy Butler. Old mate, no mates. How about pantsing of the night? I mean, Donovan Mitchell dunked on everybody. He dunked so hard on Pascal Siakam that, like, the game feed almost cut out. Like, it was so loud and so brutal, and, like, the crowd was so fucking loud that it, like, drowned out the mics, and you're like, oh, it must have been pretty loud in there, eh? He fucking yammed one on Pascal Siakam. It was sick. And then Maxi Strus had another one later where, I don't know who got out of the road, but yeah, they made a very, very smart business decision. But also a pantsing of the night to win a fucking game by getting your own missed free throw rebound and then going out, dribbling around and hitting a fucking 3 in their face. That is an all-time sort of pantsing. So great job by Tyrese Halliburton. He pants the entirety of... Where did he pants?
Cleveland!
That's right. Who is better than Bronny James and Lonzo Ball and Ben Simmons today? Well, that's the wrong button. Press the button, Jim. Jeez, I'm in the wrong spot. What am I doing?
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Aaron Naismith, fantastic. I mentioned him a fair amount with the old better than Lonzo Ball because he's been fantastic once he got to the Indiana Pacers. 23, 4-1 today, 8 of 13 from the floor, 5 of 8 from 3. 3 blocks. His defense is awesome. 1 steal as well. But In the spirit of better than Bronny James, Ben Simmons, and Lonzo Ball, how about Pat fucking Spencer? How about him, Jim? 11 minutes for Pat Spencer. 2 of 4 from the floor. 4 points. 2 rebounds. And 2 steals. This is Pat Spencer. He looks like he was playing with Josh Giddey down in fucking Frankston yesterday. Like, that is incredible. He got out there, caused all sorts of havoc, ends up with 4, 2, and 2 steals. That's a hell of a day. That's a hell of a day. And, yeah, we do the Magic Tweet of the Week at the end of the week, but wow, we got a fucking doozy from Magic today, I'll just tell you that much, which was awesome. So, all right, let's do some quick NRs right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're
Australia.
listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
All right, let's do it. Some yeah-nahs. Hey, Jim. Is Cleveland in a lot of trouble?
Cleveland!
Yeah, nah, yes. Yes, they are in a lot of trouble. 0-2 when you have home court. The series doesn't start until the road team, well, the home team loses. Well, now they've lost fucking twice. Jesus. They are in a lot of trouble. And yeah, you can put it down to injuries. You don't have Mobley. You don't have DeAndre Hanna. And you don't have Darius Garland. Those are 3 very important parts for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But wow, to lose that game, up 7 with less than a minute to go, is just wildly fraught with, as you look forward through the rest of this series, right? You have to win. There are 5 games remaining in this series now. You have to win 4 of them, and that's going to be really fucking hard because 3 of those 5 games will be in Indiana. Jesus. So, they are in a lot of fucking trouble. And is it deserved? Yeah, nah. Yeah. It really is. Like, their lack of composure at the end of these games, the turnovers specifically, were just so avoidable. They just had to not fuck up, and they would have won today. But they fucked up. Time and again. And they lost. Matty O, is Okoro a bit useless? Yeah, nah. Yeah. There's a couple of moments when Okoro showed you, like, just his length and fucking, like, his athleticism. And you're like, ooh, that's good. And then you sort of see him do a little bit of something on offense, and you're like, that's bad. What's going on here? And he also sort of seemed to hurt his hip. So Isaac Okoro, like 29 minutes, plays, ends up with 5 points, 2 steals. He's a +1 in 29 minutes, right? 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from downtown. You kind of like, when you're missing DeAndre Hunter, when you're missing Garland, when you're missing Mobley, that's the dude where you just like, can you give us a little bit more? And he's like, no. So he's a little bit useless. Is Isaac Okoro above the Thibodeau line? That's right, the Thibodeau line. What do you play in the rotation for the Knicks? I reckon he's right fucking on it. I love me some Isaac Okoro, but goddamn, he was bad. Did the Cavs try to offload him in the midseason trade and the Hawks said no thanks? Yeah, nah, probably. Like, they probably went, no, we need fucking the minivan, George Niang. We don't want some Isaac Okoro. And if the Hawks don't want you, yeah, it's not great. Matteo also adds, P.S. These playoffs are off the charts. They really are. 3 of the last 4 games have been absolute fucking crazy. And even still today, in an absolute rock fight, shit fight, the Wolves did climb back into that game. But yeah, just were too bad. All right, we had a good one. So I posted the secret weapon for the Wolves in this series should be Joe Ingles. Should he have played today, Jim? Yeah, nah, fuck yes. Get him out there. Seriously, you need someone with a bit of composure to can hit a fucking 3? What are you doing, Chris Finch? At the end of the first half, just run Jingles out there just to see if he can manufacture something. Just slow him down. Calm them all down. I don't know why you're giving so many minutes to Mike Conley. Just give a couple to Jingles and away you go. But I did throw out, I think Alex C. added to this on social media. A veteran with awesome bench vibes has always been the best secret weapon. Might be a good yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Yeah, it actually is a really good yeah, nah, because there are a bunch of really good examples of having like the heady vibes veteran on your bench, whether, the end of their career or, in their mid to late 30s. They might even still be starting, like in some cases, like PJ Tucker on the 21 Bucks, right? A dude who's been everywhere, seen everything. Back he comes. Here we go. But top 5 finals winning vets of the last little bit. Number 5, PJ Tucker, those 2021 Bucks. He had almost done the circle, I reckon, of NBA teams. Lands on the Bucks is an absolutely integral part to them winning that fucking 21 finals. Great job, PJ Tucker. Number 4, PJ Brown. How does he do this? Well, pops out of nowhere, the 08 Celtics. Absolute veteran, had some massive buckets down the stretch to beat the Lakers. He was awesome. PJ Brown fucking ruled. Number 3, Danny Green on the 2019 Raps. He was a starter as well. I think PJ Tucker was as well. But Danny Green, like that heady veteran, when you've got like Kawhi and stuff like that, Fred VanVleet, these sort of, dudes, and Danny Green is like, boys, I've got this. Andre Iguodala at number 2. Because remember him in 2022? They won another title. Remember? And he was still on that team, just as Andre Iguodala, finals MVP in 2015. And then 7 years later, end of the bench, barely playing, 2022, they win another title. Absolute vibes dude there. And then, vibes dude all time, obviously Patty Mills, 2014 Spurs. Aaron Bangers Baines, 2014 Spurs. Matthew Dellavedova, 2016 Cavs. But obviously, Robert Horry. Rockets, Lakers, Spurs, absolute vibes veteran. It's like, I might try to fight the superstar. I might try to fight the coach. I might demand a trade. But I am here to fucking win. Robert Horry, what a legend. And other ones, Eldon Campbell on the 2004 Pistons. He was like 36 years old at that point. Gary Payton on the Miami Heat in 2006. James Posey on the 08 Celtics. That was a great snag. He was on the 06 Heat as well. But yeah, lots of good examples of like the vets at the end of the bench, or the guys who've got plenty of experience like a Danny Green or a PJ Tucker, who just sort of roll in and are just like an integral role-playing part of your team. That's what Jingle should be for this Wolves team. Get him out there, Chris Finch. And then finally, Nate S says, yeah, nah, fuck Adam Capone. Buff Lehman should coach the Boomers through the next Olympics. Yeah, nah. I mean, I love me some Adam Capone now, I think. Maybe you should get Adam Capone should maybe bring in Buff Lehman as a consultant. So this goes to the video that I did from yesterday's show about Greg Popovich being the GOAT and how they've replaced him with, the other Mitch Johnson. And it's like, I don't know, it'd be funnier if like the Aussie paceman just rocked up and went, "G'day boys, I'm in charge now." And Glenn McGrath and Dizzy Gillespie and everyone's there with him. Just as long as it's not Justin Langer, I think everyone's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Unpopular opinion of the day, speaking of which, I don't know. I want people to send me their unpopular opinion. Let's do that.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Of who their GOAT coach is. Because I sort of threw that out there yesterday. Like, Pop, amazing. Most regular season wins of all time. 5 titles. Coach for 29 years. Made, 18 straight years and winning 50-plus games. It's insane. And then I said at the end, I mean, it is a bit of a Tim Duncan merchant vibe. Because they didn't really do shit without him. And he had Wemby, and there's like, he has this mild stroke, which sucks. But I don't know. I love Pop. I love PJ. Phil Jackson. He's awesome. Red Auerbach. Pat Riley. Not Doc Rivers. Like, who's everyone's GOAT coach? Let me know. Sound off. Shoot me some messages. Chuck in the DMs. Respond in the comments when we post this on socials. I want to know who your GOAT is. Let us know. All right, and finally, a bit of Outback Takehouse. Oh, geez. It's hump day at Outback, and you know what that means? Yep, we've taken down a couple of camels out in the Outback. They were feral, don't worry about it. Chop off their humps and boom, stuff them with a bit of, soy sauce, bit of hummus in there, bit of mincemeat, I don't know, some carrots. Just slow roast that bad boy. Chop her open. It's like camel haggis. It's bloody delicious. And it's only at Outback. That's right. It's Hump Day specials. Camel haggis only at Outback. And today's camel haggis flame grilled take is... It's not even a flame grilled take. Tyrese Halliburton already has more playoff highlights than James Harden in his entire career. And if he grew a sick beard, he'd go down as a better all-time player as well. I feel like that might be Tyrese Halliburton's thing. He looks kind of like a dork. And it's like, he just isn't like James Harden. The smartest thing he ever did was grow that beard. I'm not saying that it was the same thing for me, but I'm also not saying that. So anyway, Halliburton can go down as a better all-time player than MVP James Harden if he just grows a beard. But seriously, how clutch is Tyrese Halliburton versus, like, it's amazing to sort of see side by side Halliburton coming up clutch time and time and time again in these huge moments, and James Harden shitting down his leg time and time and time again in these same moments. It's incredible. Very much enjoyed that. Otherwise, the Outback Takehouse can also be just watch all 4 of these series go to Game 7 because Adam Silver's going to drag every last drop of blood out of the second round of the playoffs because of these matchups. Just saying. Every single one, Game 7. Only at Outback. Australian Player Watch had no Johnny Furfair against the Cavs today. There was a weird one. Taron Armstrong was actually listed, I think, on the box score of the Warriors-Wolves game. I'm pretty sure he didn't actually get out there. Yeah, he popped up there and then disappeared. It was very weird. Don't know what's going on there. But anyway, Jingles Copter did not play coach's decision as well because of all that anti-Australian bias from these flog coaches. All right, let's do a great moment in NBA Australia stat history, shall we? I reckon that's what we should do now because this one is really, really fun. I was just like, what was going on today? Let's have a look.
Great moments in NBA Straya stat history.
I love this because back in 1996 on this exact day, you know what was happening? I don't know, I was probably in school. Hanging out, causing havoc, doing stampies through the science wing. I remember chatting to a mate of mine who didn't go to our high school. And I'm like, yeah, man, we used to do like, I don't know, Bronx cheers and... he's like, what? I'm like, Bronx cheers. We'd literally just have like all the fucking, it was like year 8 or year 9 or some shit. And everyone would just like do a massive, hey! And it would just go on and on. And it was just fucking weird. And then I think in year 9 or year 10, we would just do stampies. Where a bunch of, in a surprise twist, the boys, we're at a co-ed school as well. So every chick there is just like, I fucking hate these idiots. What are they doing? But we would all gather at one end of our wing and run through the corridor all at once, pushing and shoving each other, probably doing a Bronxy as well. And my mate was like, what the fuck were you idiots on about? I was like, yeah, Ballarat High School, bro, represent. He went to like a private school in Melbourne and I'm like, oh, you guys didn't do that? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, yeah, that tracks. Anyway, back in 1996, on May the 7th, be with you, our beloved Luke Longley and his Chicago Bulls, the 96 Bulls, remember them? Best fucking team of all time. On this day, Luke Longley was going up against Patrick Ewing and those mighty mid-90s New York Knickerbockers of New York City, Anthony Mason, John Starks, Patrick Ewing, and he chucked in a very nice 6'9". Nice. 6 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks as well, as the Bulls got the win on this day. He played 25 minutes flat, crushed it. 6 points, shot 3 of 6 from the floor. But that was an awesome, awesome weird one because, I mean, they win at 4-1, I think, the Bulls in that second round after they smashed Miami in the first round. He's going up against Anthony Mason and Patrick Ewing. 25 minutes for our man Lucian. Crushes it. 5 fouls. Classic anti-Australian bias, though. But, yeah, great stuff. John Selly coming off the bench for 3 minutes, 14 minutes for Bill Wennington. But Luke Longley, the legend, 25 minutes in the second round, Eastern Conference Semis, 1996, on his way to his first NBA title. You're a beauty! That's a great moment in NBA Australia state history right there. All right, Paddy Mills Game Day, Baller Game Day Twitter check-in before we get out of here. What do we got? We have Dyson Daniels. Oh, he's in Glenelg. What are you doing over in Adelaide, bro? Nothing in Adelaide. Nah, I love Adelaide. Luke Travers, what's he got? Oh, there you go. Happy birthday, brother. Jay-Z Hoops. Oh, that's nice. What a legend. That's pretty nice of him. Let's see if Paddy's done any updates. Nothing from Paddy. No, that's a bit of a shame. After the Clippers get bounced, nothing from Paddy as of yet. That's okay. Hey, let's do some game previews for tomorrow. Game previews! Game previews! Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Oh, bloody good, because, I don't know, we went, 1 of 2 on today's picks. We nailed the Pacers, missed out on the Wolves completely because they just shit the bed. And it's hard not to go full Jordan ago, and then I took that personally. But either way, tomorrow's games, they were so fucking good yesterday. This is the best part about the semifinals. They're probably my favorite round, right? Because you just have a single game on at all times. So tomorrow we go Knicks, Celtics, Denver, OKC again. I don't believe Indy, Cleveland, the game 3 is until Saturday our time. So it's going to be a bit strange on Friday, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, Knicks, Celtics, game 2 tomorrow. And remember, you can follow all of our vibes over at Dabble. Use the code NBA Australia. Sign up with the link in our show description or in our link in bio. And if you want to shout us a beer as well, you can do so. Thanks to all the folks who have done so before. You guys are all legends. I very much appreciate it. Going to smash some tins tonight at ZZ Top. I'll tell you that much. I'm so weirded out by going to Z. I've never seen ZZ Top. Fucking love a bit of ZZ Top. The thing is, when you have a beard like this one, if you're not watching on the YouTube, just, you know what my beard looks like. It's big and it's red. You have a beard like this and you go to ZZ Top, it feels like there's a weight of expectation on you, right? There's going to be fucking people going, hey, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I do have a beard and I am at ZZ Top. What do we reckon? Is the over-under of people who go, hey, Billy Gibbons, over-under 4.5 people? I'd probably take the over. It's going to be crazy. Go sing some tins with old mate. It's going to be fun as, but either way, fucking loves these. George Thorogood and the Destroyers are opening. Sure. Anyway, going to be a fun time. Can't wait. Either way, cheers to the beers. And remember, all the vibes over at Double. It's the same game multis. Jesus, whoa, today was brutal. It was very, very close too. Anyway, use the code NBA Australia. You can follow and copy along if that's your thing. If not, go shout us a beer and help support the show. Tomorrow, though, Knicks, Celtics. How do we feel about this? After the Knicks came out of fucking nowhere, punked the Celtics in game 1, can the Celtics respond? Will they? Well, can they? Yes. Will they? I also think yes. Yesterday's games, obviously both the Knicks and Denver win game 1. Game 2, as we saw today with Cleveland, Indy. Indy are the weird sort of team where it's like they get on a fucking heater on offense, and it's just like, oh shit, always watch out. The Knicks and Denver aren't kind of quite like that. The Knicks and Denver quite aren't like that, and I feel like the Celtics and OKC defensively can lock in a little bit better and watch their offense sort of explode. So I think tomorrow we're going to go with the same tactic we had for yesterday's games, and despite them both being quite large favourites, I think the Celtics are 10.5 point favourites for game 2. I think I'm going to take the Celtics. I think they knuckle down and go, hang on the fucking second. What the shit was that? Kristaps is probable for tomorrow after his illness. That'll help the Celtics probably if he can hit a fucking shot this game, maybe. But either way, remember the Celtics are up 20 in game 1 in the third quarter and then fucked it. The big problem will be if they get up 20 again, can you ride that out and hold on? I think they can this time. Let's go the Celtics. And the same thing goes for OKC versus Denver. I feel like OKC will have learned a lot from game 1. And most of it will come down to, hey, Chet and J-Dub, can you hit a fucking shot? And if they don't, OKC's in a lot of trouble. So I expect OKC to respond really, 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 really forcefully in game 2. and I think they win as well. They're 10.5 point favorites at the moment as well. I'll just check that actually and make sure that that's the right number. But it is pretty crazy how big they are still favorites after dropping game one. But for me, that sort of just tells you that, yeah, we expect them to sort of bounce back in a big way. And both those offenses of Boston and OKC can really fucking let rip. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go pretty big on both. So there you go. Minus 10.5 for Boston, minus 10.5 for the Thunder for tomorrow. And follow all those vibes over at Dabble. That's right. Use the code NBA Australia. Click on the link in the bio. If you don't want to do that, shout us a beer. Shout us a coffee. Whatever you can do. Be much appreciated because got to keep this pirate ship afloat somehow, don't we, Jim? That's right. But otherwise, that's it for today. I've got to go pick up the squids, get off to ZZ Top, and hang out with old mate. That's going to be fun. Should be lots of fun. Can't wait. Girls go crazy about this sharp-dressed man. Right. She's got legs. Yeah, we all came here for gym karaoke, didn't we? Anyway, that's it. We're back on deck tomorrow for wrapping up those two games, of course. In the meantime, of course, check out NBA Straya on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, and YouTube. Jump in the comments. Let us know who your GOAT coach is. I want to go through. I just want to see something and see what people think. Check us a rating review on your Apple Podcast, your Spotify, YouTube, whatever app you're using the Android phone. We will probably have an NFL Straya as well pop off again pretty soon, just when Gaz and I can get enough time to sort of actually settle down and do it. But rate, review, star, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you can comment, if you can rate it, if you can review it on your podcast app, that'd be fucking awesome. Would really appreciate that. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. They rule. So do House Hats, Joshua Del Rentas, Fascinated Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sex Jedi, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. NBA Australia supports Australian bands. So should you. Listen to them on Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you use to listen and support your bands. Support Australian bands. Right, that's it for today. We will catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. This is NBA Australia saying, how fucking good are these playoffs? Real good, Jim. Yeah, you're bloody right. All right, look after yourselves, would you? And let us on! G'day, legends. Your mate Jim from NBA Straya here. That's right, I'm doing a thing at the end of the show. In the business, we call it a thing at the end of the show, I guess. I don't know. Either way, all I'm just saying is just make sure you're rating, reviewing, starring, subscribing across all of the apps that you use for NBA Straya. Jump in the comments, give us a shout. We'll bang you in, yeah, nahs. Any other questions? I'll have a crack. I've got nothing better to do, basically. Also, just ask any questions, tell me what you want to hear from the show, and sing out and let us know. And of course, if you want to help support the show, jump on the old Dabble, use that code NBA Australia, click on the link that's in the show description or on the socials. It goes up whenever I do the morning vibes, etc. So if that's your thing, jump on there, use that code NBA Australia, and remember, look after yourselves, would you?